So I will be demonstrating a male pedicure in this video, but prior to starting that, I need to properly sanitize and disinfect my station as well as my implements. So I've already properly washed my hands for 20 to 30 seconds with soap and warm water and dried them thoroughly. So now I'm going to apply a brand new pair of disposable gloves. And I'm going to grab my wipes and I'm going to sanitize my station. We'll just say the pedicure chair and the water basin, or foot basin rather. And the seat as well, my seat, any surfaces that are being used from the service. So sanitized, now I'm disinfecting. And once that has dried for 2 minutes, then I'm going to wipe it off with a clean paper towel, which is right here. Now, in terms of the metal implements that are going to be used for the nail pedicure service, I already have them in a storage container labeled implements to be sanitized and disinfected. So what we're going to do is take them out and place them in the warm and soapy water and let them soak for 10 to 15 minutes. Close this back up. Those have been soaking. So what I'm going to do is brush them, get off all the dust and debris. And then I'm going to rinse them off because we don't want our disinfectant solution to be diluted with any water. So once that softens up, there's a towel. Opening the nail clipper to get into all the crevices. Oh, sorry, that almost went down the drain. Okay. All these have been rinsed and brushed. I'm going to set my warm soapy water aside. And I don't have any barbicide, so I was not able to make the disinfectant solution, but I will pretend as though I have some in my container. So once this has been dried completely, they're going to go into the disinfectant solution and soak for 10 to 15 minutes. So that's going to soak in the disinfectant solution. When it comes out, then we can proceed with that. I'm gonna go back to my station here and set up for the pedicure. So this has been properly sanitized and disinfected. For purposes of this video, since I'm using a mannequin foot, I'm just gonna put down my clean terry cloth towel, my disposable towel. Okay. The liquids that I have on my right are going to be hand sanitizer, cuticle softener, lotion, alcohol, and cuticle oil. And the reason why polish remover is not on my surface or my station is because my male client does not have polish on his toes. As far as other supplies or non-immersible implements, I have a pumice. I have some cotton, a coarse buffer, a more coarse emery board, an orange wood stick, and a foot file. I'm going to use this manicure bowl as the foot basin. So, I'm going to get my metal implements that are done soaking in the disinfectant solution. I'm gonna rinse those off real quick. And dry them thoroughly. And normally they would go in my container labeled sanitized and disinfected implements, but because we're using them for this pedicure service, I'm going to put them directly on my station. Okay. So we're going to say hypothetically, I don't have these gloves on and I've already properly washed my hands, because I will start the service now. Okay, let me move this up so you can see. Okay, so I'm going to begin the pedicure. The water basin is full of warm water and foot soak, and so first I'm going to sanitize my hands. Okay. And then before the client puts their feet into the water, we're going to sanitize their feet with some antiseptic. Okay. So now my client can soak their foot in the water basin for about 5 to 10 minutes. I'm going to analyze the feet, looking for any signs of disease or disorder. I'm also going to analyze the toenails for the same reason, looking for any signs of disease or disorder, and everything looks good here. So I'm going to start by cutting the toenails with the toenail clippers, and we're going to go straight across, starting at the pinky toe, working our way into the big toe, just straight across, not corner, middle, or corner, center rather. Then I'm going to take my emery board and I'm going to file straight across also, and then file the corners just a little, just once, to prevent ingrowns. Gonna have my client put their foot back into the water basin. I'm gonna come back out, We're gonna dry it with our towel. So then I'm going to soften the cuticles. Just gonna grab a little bit of cotton here and wrap it around my orange wood stick. A little bit more. Okay, perfect. Don't want to use too much cotton. It shouldn't be as big as a Q-tip. You just want to use a little bit. I'm going to close my cotton container back up so we don't cross-contaminate. I'm going to get my cuticle softener and apply it directly to the cotton without touching the applicator of the bottle. Okay. Again, starting at the little toe, pinky toe, and then working our way in. I'm just gonna dab some of this so it spreads out evenly. And then go back and put it on the cuticles. And side, side, center. Side, side, center. Okay. Now I'm going to push back the cuticles with my cuticle pusher. Again, starting at the pinky toe, we'll do side, side, center. Really just trying to get any of that dead skin that might be built up on the nail plate or in or around the nail wall. This is making it easier for us to nip them in the next step. Okay, cuticles have been pushed back. Next, we're going to nip them with our cuticle nipper. Again, starting with the pinky toe, and we're starting with the sides. Really gentle movements, not pulling so much, just making sure we cut whatever dead skin is there. Making sure we don't take away any live skin. Okay. Cuticles have been nipped. I'm going to clean my free edge, get some more new cotton here. Okay. New orange wood stick with new cotton, alcohol. Directly on the cotton. Just gonna clean the free edge, which is the part of the nail that hangs off over the toe. Okay. Then I'm going to buff my nails, toenails. And the reason why I have non-immersible implements that are more coarse is because men's toenails tend to be thicker than women's. So we need something that can get the job done a little bit better. So with our buffing, so just 3 swipes per toe per direction. Okay. Then I'm gonna have my client dip the foot back in just to get it a little wet for when we're brushing off all that dust and debris. And we're gonna brush in downward strokes, getting all that nasty dead skin that might still be on there, any of that excess dust from the filing and the shaping and the buffing. Okay, client can now dip their foot back into the water basin and we can get all that nastiness off. Once they bring their foot back out, I don't want it dry, and the reason for that is because, dang, I left it in my kit. But we're going to exfoliate the foot with the foot scrub. Let's just pretend I have some foot scrub with me. I don't have any in the house right now. So I'm just gonna put a small amount in my hand, in my palm, and we're going to exfoliate the foot. And we want to concentrate on where there's a lot of rough skin, where there might be any calluses. So specifically on the heel, or even here, underneath the toes. I forget what this is called right here. The ball of your foot, I think. But we don't want to scrub too much or be too abrasive with the top of the foot because the skin there is thin and sensitive. So I'm gonna rub it in, but then I'm also going to use my foot file. So you want to focus again on the rough parts of the feet where there are calluses, dry skin. We don't want to scrub in here. This area is just like the top where it's sensitive, it's got thin skin. So we just want to focus on the heel. And then besides using a foot file, you can use a pumice as well. Okay, so exfoliating the foot. Once we're done exfoliating, we're going to rinse the foot off and get all that foot scrub off. You should be able to feel that it's smoother after being exfoliated and after using a foot file. But if not, I would go back and get the parts that you missed. So now that the foot is clean, it's been rinsed off, there's no scrub on it, no dust and debris on it, then we're gonna start our massage manipulations for about 5 to 6 minutes. And I will use my spa lotion here. Gonna rub my hands together, get the lotion warm. We're just gonna do smooth, light movements and strokes, effleurage, petrissage, some kneading and friction. Everything you do on the right foot, you do the exact same on the left. So, just gonna work on circular motions on the knuckles and do some pulling of the toes. And ideally you could go up the client's leg as well, not past the knee, just to make it a better massage experience. Okay, one more time on the toes. Switch hands. Just gonna go circular motions on top, as well as the bottom. Do some kneading. Okay, so once at least 3 massage manipulations have been performed for 5 to 6 minutes, then we'll feather off. And then we will apply some cuticle oil to the toes because we are skipping polishing with lacquer since it's a male pedicure, unless they request it, then obviously you would do the standard procedure. But this client did not. So I've got my new orange wood stick here with some fresh cotton. Gonna put the cuticle oil on it. Whoops, that was a lot. And then just apply it to the cuticles, starting with the pinky toe, all the way into the big toe. And that's that for a male pedicure. So what I'm going to do now is post-service infection control. Okay. I'm just going to, all single-use items such as emery board, a file or foot file, the pumice, orange wood stick, any cotton, nail pads, anything like that, all will be thrown away. Oh, disposable towel also. So the client left, very satisfied, gave me a huge tip. All of our liquids are closed, been wiped down. So we have our dirty implements here, which would then go into my container labeled implements to be sanitized and disinfected. Our foot basin obviously would get sanitized and disinfected via state board guidelines, but I don't have that, so single use item. This towel will get thrown into the laundry. And then we're going to properly wash our hands for 20 to 30 seconds, put on a fresh pair of gloves. Then I would sanitize my station. And for purposes of this video, it's gonna be like our pedicure chair, the chair that I was using, any surfaces that may have been touched or used. Sanitize and disinfect this area. Once that is dried for 2 minutes. Then we would wipe down with the brand new disposable paper towel. The wipes, the paper towel, and my gloves would be tossed into the trash can. I would then properly wash my hands for 20 to 30 seconds with warm soapy water. The implements, same scenario as the pre-service. Soaking in the warm soapy water for 10 to 15 minutes, and then rinsing and drying completely, and then soaking in the disinfectant solution for 10 to 15 minutes, rinsing off completely, and then storing in a dry, sanitized, and disinfected storage container that is properly labeled. And all of those implements can be used for the next service. And my station is also ready for the next service.